three sets of goals. The first one is security, increasing security for Americans and Somalis. The second one is both the humanitarian response to the drought and promoting inclusive economic growth.
U.S. Ambassador to Somalia, Larry Andre, has retired. The American diplomat came to Mogadishu in January of 2022 when the country was still in the midst of its electoral crisis. He famously took a walk on the beach with Prime Minister Mohamed Roble to show his support. Since then, he has concentrated his efforts on humanitarian assistance and security cooperation. He has penned a heartfelt letter saying goodbye to the Somali people. And thank you, Somalia, which he said was inspired by the master of speech, local poet Hadrawi, from who he also borrowed a few lines. If 3 words suffice, don't stretch things to 30. Leave boastfulness behind. Don't speak haughtily, or wave your arms dismissively. Never utter an unbecoming speech. Serta Nolosha. Andre met with Somali officials often during his tenure, but he also made some field visits, which he described in his letter. During my time as ambassador here, I have spoken to Somalis from Hargeisa to Kismayo and many places in between. While some conversations were difficult, most of them left me in awe of the commitment Somalis have at every level of society to ensure the full revival of their country. I think of the father from Hiran, who told me of his soldier son's love for Somalia and its people and his willingness to die for it. He pointed out America's $1.3 billion contribution for drought relief, saying that it is 70% of the international total. He also boasted of the 100,000 Somali students sent back to school by the efforts of USAID. Of course, he gestured to security cooperation and its impact. Markets once near empty have come back to life. Schools have reopened. Roads once dangerous are now clear for commerce, travel, and families to reunite. Our security partnership allows communities once subjugated to oppression and extortion under violent extremism to live in peace and begin to build back toward prosperity. Remembering the situation he found on arrival, he warned Somalia not to let contentious politics get in the way of national development. When I arrived in January of last year, there were some who threatened to have Somalia revisit the violence and lawlessness of the 1990s. There were others who willed Somalia forward. This flashpoint was a stark reminder that the gains we make together on the battlefield, in the marketplace, or in the classroom can be swiftly undone by political machinations that seek short-sighted personal ends. He finished with a little of the Somali language that he picked up in his 17 months in country. Mahad Sanid is Erag Dambe Somalia. ADN TV wishes Ambassador Larry Andre a peaceful and happy retirement wherever he chooses.